This is Unit 1, Lesson 4. This is the video for constructing a median. So let's think about this for a second. If we need to draw a segment from the vertex to the midpoint of the opposite side, vertex, midpoint of the opposite side, we first need to find the midpoint. What construction do we already have to do that? Well, we already know and have the perpendicular bisector, because we know that bisector passes through the midpoint. So in order to construct a median to AB, we are going to first construct the perpendicular bisector of AB. The reason that is we need to find the midpoint of AB, and C is our vertex that we are going to connect to that midpoint. So we already know how to do a perpendicular bisector. We put our compass on one endpoint of the segment, open it more than halfway, make an arc that goes above and below, transfer our compass to the other endpoint of that segment, make an arc that intersects above and below. Where those two arcs intersect, we can put points. Through any 2 points, we can put a line. And our next step is to put a point where that perpendicular bisector crosses AB. That's our midpoint. And now we want to connect a point from C to that midpoint. Right? So from C, the vertex, to the midpoint of the opposite side. And that is our median. We will practice this again below. So our first step, let's read the question. In the diagram of triangle ABC shown below, use a compass and a straight edge and construct the median to AC. They'll tell you what side to construct the median to. You need to know and figure out what vertex you need to connect to that midpoint. So the segment they give you is what you want to find the midpoint of, and then you connect whatever vertex is opposite of that, or across from it, to that midpoint. So we're going to do our perpendicular bisector of AC first. We make an arc from one endpoint, transfer our compass to the other endpoint of that segment, make an arc of the same radius. Where those two arcs intersect, we can put points. Through those 2 points, we can put a line. That line represents our perpendicular bisector. Where that perpendicular bisector crosses AC, that's our midpoint. And so our vertex that we need to connect to that is B. So again, I haven't finished this construction yet. I have to put that final line in, which represents the median. So from that midpoint to that vertex, that is the final step. There's our median. And we're done.